My name is Yah Leng Yu. I'm Creative Director at Foreign Policy Design Group. We do branding, interiors, experiential design, everything under one roof. I think yes, at least on a basic level, because as a designer who works in different medium, sometimes we have to make a website or an app or some kind of experiential, interactive something for the client. It's always good to know some basic ideas about how things can be made, whether it's with code or whatever, because that helps you to angle your design better. You can design around it or with it, or along with it. So I think it's important to know at least the basics. You don't have to be an expert. I'm not saying that you have to be a designer and an expert programmer. No. And also sometimes you can design with the code. I'll take it from maybe 10 years ago when I just came back. It was still quite quiet, I would say. But over the past few years, I'm sure you probably felt it. There's a sort of sudden growth in activity and levels. The standards of design has actually risen, and that's a very positive sign. Feel really glad about it. The community is really pretty united. We are getting together to do things. Everyone's doing their part to make sure, not to outdo each other, but to make sure that they are always doing something that would bring the standards up every time, and at the same time engaged the community or the non-community. Because the non-community is important, because we also want them to understand the fun and the importance of design and creative. Of course, the community is important because we want to build a stronger community, which I think these days we really have that. Whether it's we have a cafe going culture, we appreciate the finer things, in life. Or a lot of the Michelin star chefs are coming here to open up restaurants, or they're invited here to open up restaurants, and that has also helped us up our game in a certain way. Everyone who's, for some reason, the past few years, everyone's quitting their job from their lawyer or their banker job, and they're opening up restaurants and cafes. And Singaporeans love to eat, so what else? And these people are my generation and younger, and they travel a lot. For some interesting reasons, Singaporeans do travel a lot. We are quite accessible to many cities because of our jobs or where we are studying. We get a lot of exposure in the different cities, how things are done. And people are well exposed to all these cultural and design and creative standards that they also want to build and bring to Singapore. So that's what they're doing, these entrepreneurs. And by doing that, by opening these restaurants or cafes or bars or a boutique shop, they really understand the importance of design, which is why they look out for good design studios. And then they have a pretty much good respect for these designers to let them at least run the design part of it. And that actually has helped the design standards, because then we are free to do better work. We're not like being backseat driver, art direction from some corporate old school whatever. But so that has been happening, and everyone's like doing all these good jobs and leveling up, and I see that continuing over the next future, and it's gonna be, I think it will expand to other realm as well, like the tech is coming. There's a lot of startups in Singapore right now. Everyone is starting up in Singapore now, more than SF for some reason.